whiskies and chewing yarn. No, you're making it slobbery. No, that's gross. No. You're so pretty.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello, welcome to me in my PJs. Because I'm getting ready for Bridget. I'm going to the lake tomorrow. With the baby, with the child. Absolutely. She's coming with. It's gonna be wonderful, hopefully. I mean, she came with last time, so it's not that big of a deal. But I got everything ready for HearthCon because that's this weekend too. So I'm wearing my headphones, bringing my computer, bringing a copy of a favorite fae because I have a copy of A Second Story and a little luck already at the lake. So that's done and dusted. Excited for that. I'm hosting 3 panels. I've got my questions ready. We should be good. It should be great. I'm great at talking to people. So anyways, I just thought I'd pop in and start this here vlog. I am bringing 2 books with me. Only 2. 1, The Jasad Heir. 2, The Jasad Crown. I have not read any more of The Jasad Heir since last week, but hopefully I can get that done. I got my Libby hold in on the audiobook of The Jasad Crown. So, and both those are very chunky. I am also bringing my Kobo just in case I get the urge to read like the mystery that I have on there or something. That's an arc. I'm bringing the Far Horizons notebooks with me. So we'll see if anything starts jogging up here because we're back in business, baby. I want to start pushing that, creating that. We got the baby right here. Hey, baby. Yes, my friends, I'm gonna go to bed. We're going to the lake tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. I'm excited to eat pie. I hope they have pie. I know we're doing lasagna for one night because my parents don't want to eat turkey. I literally have an alert in my phone that's like, warn mom and dad, like remind them that they said no turkey next year. That showed up this week. So I did. And they were like, yeah, no. We had turkey at a fall supper this couple weeks ago or whatever they did. And they didn't want to have turkey again. So I said, wonderful. And they're like, we're doing lasagna. And then we're doing ham and pierogies and cabbage rolls and stuff like that on Sunday, I think. So it'll be delish. It'll be wonderful. And for both Saturday and Sunday evenings, I will be holed up with my computer on the panels for HearthCon. I'm so excited. And, oh, you're going to be seeing this afterwards. I got to put that online, but my books are on sale this weekend because I'm doing HearthCon and stuff like that. Anyways, welcome to the vlog. I'll chat to you at some point, probably not tomorrow. I'll probably interpose a lot of B-roll as is per usual on a lake weekend. And also maybe hopefully some B-roll of HearthCon because I didn't do that last year. So I'll chat to you at some point, but woo, welcome to the vlog.
Are you ready for a road trip? She's ignoring you because I don't like this.
Support this show by going to patreon.com/writingabout.
Baby! Hello!
Hi, baby. start filtering in as folks start showing up. But welcome to the Cozy Fantasy Legal Reads panel. Yay! I write fantasy. I'm Canadian, as I just said. I'm also a content creator. I got 3 books with me here, and I also have a 4th little sapphic novella as well.
So I do love like just the friendships and existing in the world too, without having to have a romance plot as well. But
I'd like to see like, because a lot of cozy fantasy books, like I guess a lot of the trope is like your character is living a different life, and then they stop that life to start having a cozy life. I think it'd be nice to have like a book where someone's already having their cozy life, and maybe they like find someone else and are trying to like teach them how to have this cozy life. Like, I don't know, that just popped in my head.
That would be so fun.
That's a great point. A lot of it is the finding the cozy life, not already in the cozy life.
What are you doing? Maria, you're so silly.
That damn dog, sir.
She says, get out of my path.
Get out of my space.
Look at her go away. She's brave.
Yep.
Yeah, brave girl.
I'm really impressed by the creative, like, I think the breadth of sidekicks in cozy fantasy, like spider plants and moss, and like there's some really, really creative things going on and things that I didn't think I would find cute and cozy, and they are very cute and cozy.
Yeah, I was just thinking of I love Sarah Bister's spider plant in the spell shop. It's just so fantastic, and he's so sassy. I love it so much. I read recently Sango Madana's latest release, which is Guide to Magical Innkeeping, and there's a bone rooster named Ruru, and he's the best. He just is this little weird little bone creature walking around, held together by sinew. I'm like, creepy but absolutely adorable. I love it.
Well, have we all read Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking?
Not yet.
Okay, so there is a sourdough starter, a carnivorous sourdough starter named Bob.
From my own work, I would probably say Snort, the dire pig from Sword and Thistle, because like she's gonna grow into this 1,000-pound like giant warthog type thing, but right now she's just like a tiny little pig that he can kind of hold in his arms, and she's always trying to get into trouble.
Do you like your babies out there? It's like live cat TV. Look at them all. They're all eating. So nice. Wow. Let's turn off this light. You can see them better. There you go.
It's in all that pop culture. Like the relaxation episode is like, oh, we're going to the beach. And like, yeah, the ocean is this entire like unfathomable thing. And also I think another reason is because of the sensations we associate with the seaside. there's a lot of really strong, calming, like physical, every sense, like touch, smell, sight, whether it's the like sand blowing against the bottom of your leg, or like touching the water, or the sound of the ocean and the gulls, or even just like the food we eat on the beach, because we're generally on vacation, so people can eat like the sweet treat without feeling guilty. It's like an amalgamation, I think, which really draws readers and writers to that setting.
That's really lovely. And it kind of goes, what I was thinking too is like life at the beach tends to be very colorful, like not just the water and the sand, which we, are there and appreciating, but also like beach umbrellas, the boardwalk, if you're at a kind of a Jersey Shore type beach. It's just it's a lot more playful and bright.
Can I say one thing about settings? I'm curious for all of your takes. Geographical distances, to me, not cozy. Least favorite thing about world building is having to figure out how far away certain things are and how many days it takes on foot, with a wagon, with the horse. Is the horse supernaturally strong? If only, I could just use pen and magic away all concept of distance and time.
Yeah. You can see all the vibes riders nodded along, like, it's terrible, isn't it? When they tie us down and make us decide on something,
Oh my gosh, golly gee. Hello, friends. Happy Monday! I'm home. We're both home. As you can tell, she is extremely happy about this. She's so happy to be home and cozy and sleeping. She's been sleeping since we got home. I went to get groceries at some point, left her on the couch, came back. She was exactly in the same spot. Baby girl, you're so sweet. Yeah. Anyways, hello, friends. It has been a pretty good weekend. It's been pretty chill. Nice to be up at the lake, of course. Was definitely a interesting weekend with all of the panels mixed in as well. But I think those were honestly the highlight of my weekend, those panels, because they were just so delightful. So last year, HearthCon was in its very first year, and I was invited to be a part of it because I was mutuals, I think, with Misty on TikTok, and she knew of me, I knew of her. And Mystic Neptune is one of the showrunners, and Jolly Jupiter, her husband. They are both like cozy RPG, lit RPG type of authors, and they have created this HearthCon, which is a virtual, completely free convention where there's a bunch of different workshops and panels throughout 1 or 2 days where authors get together and just gab about different things. I was invited last year, and then I was actually brought in as moderator for the panel, so I was running the panel as well that I was on last year. And then this year, I remember signing up for a bunch, and I ended up joining in on, I think, 2 of them that I was originally signed up for. And then Misty was like, hey, like, I'm having trouble pinning down moderators for other panels. Like, would you be open to doing more? And then I looked through the list and I was like, yeah, like my books would be a fit for these 2 others, but I don't know if 4 panels is a lot for me to moderate. So she ended up picking just 3 panels for me to moderate, which just 3. That's still a lot of panels to moderate. And I'm so happy that I was able to do that. And that Misty was letting me do that because it was so much fun to meet so many wonderful authors and to reconnect with some authors that I've been connected with online for a little while. So that was fantastic. And all of HearthCon, including all of the clips you would have seen in this video so far from my 3 panels, that is all from Lazy Dragon Books on YouTube. So I will tag the channel down below and you can go check out all of HearthCon 2025 and even 2024 if you're so inclined. I got to chat to authors such as S.L. Rowland of Cursed Cocktails and Julie Leong of Teller of Small Fortunes, which is so cool. And her new book comes out literally tomorrow for me, today for you guys. I'm so excited to go grab that. It was so much fun. It really, really was. And it genuinely was just like each of the hours that I was gone, I went into the sunroom because it was away from my family because my uncle was also out and I haven't seen him. I don't think we haven't seen him in like almost a decade because he lives in Texas. So it was interesting having him up for a multitude of reasons. Also the fact that I haven't seen him in like almost a decade. And him and my dad, it's my dad's younger brother, so like him and my dad were talking all the time and all this kind of stuff, so I didn't want to be inside. I would much rather have been like in my own little space, which is why I picked the sunroom. Thankfully the sunroom wasn't too cold. It was just chilly in there because it's not a fully winterized sunroom. The whole cottage is fully winterized though, but the sunroom is not. So I went in there. I took Freya with me both times because I figured she'd probably want a break from being nervous around other people and all that kind of stuff. So I took her in there with me and she loves the sunroom. She loves the all the windows and all that kind of stuff. And there was the B-roll clip of her watching the deer. She loves that. She loves deer. I don't know what it is. Like she doesn't have that like eek, 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 eek sound that cats make. She doesn't do that when she sees birds and stuff on cat TV or squirrels or anything like that. But when deer come on screen, she starts to meow. She's like, Mom, look, there's a big thing on the TV. Like she does that. She loves her cat TV. She loves when the deer come on the TV. She loves her squirrels and she loves her deer. And so I was very excited to actually show her real deer again this time. And she was very amped when they showed up for her. They weren't around very much because we've had a couple coyotes out there. So they've been a little bit more scarce and hidden in trees, but it was really nice to see them when they did come out. The family of deer that my parents have up there, they're my mom's babies at this point. They have like 9 deer or something that they take care of at this point. It's a little crazy, but so yeah, it was really fun to be in the sunroom and to be kind of sequestered away for the Cozy HearthCon events. And it gave me like an hour here or there to just go and do my own thing, which is always needed, especially because I am so used to being alone now and living alone, other than Freya, of course, that when I'm with other people for a very extended amount of time, like being in the same, like being at the cabin with my parents for a number of days straight, I'm not used to it anymore because I don't live with them anymore. And it's been 5 years now that I haven't lived with them. So it's lovely. It's wonderful, but I need breaks sometimes. So it was really nice to just kind of get away. And even though I'm still on a different mode of me, I'm like doing panels and talking to people and like paying attention and being in asker mode, you know, there's a different level of energy being spent there. And it was just genuinely so fun. I love talking to fellow writers and creatives. It is one of my favorite things. I love being on podcasts. I love talking to people on live streams and stuff like that. Like it just makes me so happy. Running panels for HearthCon is so much fun. Jolly and Misty have made it so easy with HearthCon. They smashed it this year. I thought it was a wonderful event, top to bottom. Like the scheduling was very smooth. All the rooms to enter for StreamYard were very smooth. It was wonderful. Genuinely such a fun event. And I think some of the authors that came in, like some of the traditionally published authors that were invited to the panels, like Julie Leong, also seemed to find it really fun. I know last year we had people like Travis Baldry and Sarah Beth Durst and stuff like that. This year we had Ren Jones and so many people. I know Molly O'Neill, who wrote Green Teeth, one of my favorite books this year, was supposed to be there for one of the panels, but she ended up having to cancel due to a family emergency. But like there's so many incredible, amazing authors. And I did go on a little bit of a crazy spree of getting like ebooks and physical books So I have an order coming in of a bunch of indie books coming in of like some of the authors that were on my panels, just ones that I've been looking at for a while, and getting a bunch of my e-reader, because talking to people about their books and hearing people talk about their books is one of the reasons why I love doing this YouTube channel and talking about my books, because I know as a consumer of media like this, I love listening to authors talk about their writing and talk about their books. And I follow so many different author tubers and different like debut authors and people like that. I regularly go search out people for their querying vlogs, for their agenting vlogs, because I want to get in with these authors before they're like really super popular. Like I want to not necessarily connect with them online, but like see them and see their stuff and see all like, I find authors kind of in the same stage as me in our careers, and like start like building that network of people that I really enjoy their content of, like Lindy Jung. I love her stuff. And there's also Esme Jakimi Pearson does amazing content online as well. Such beautiful aesthetic content too. So I love doing it. I love hearing people talk about their work. So doing that myself, like having to like sit here and like talk to you guys and like have this community is so fulfilling, and I love it so much. And then getting the opportunity to do stuff like HearthCon and get onto panels and moderate panels, and not even just be a guest, like actually moderating the panel and having like, you know, not necessarily control, but like I am the one who's moving the panel along. I love being that person because I find myself, I said it earlier in this vlog, but I'm good at talking to people. It's one of those things like, yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of social anxiety, but I also have a retail personality that comes out of me very easily. And I found that in the recent years, retail Jenna has morphed a little bit into this like author persona Jenna. Like you don't necessarily get that on my YouTube. Like this is me. I try to keep my YouTube as like normal and as me as possible, because retail's Jenna is hard to sustain for a long period of time. I brought her out at like the sales that I was a part of in September, especially the queer vendor sale. And my retail persona is someone who's incredibly bubbly and incredibly kind and draws people in. And I love that energy. And that's the kind of energy that I use when I'm talking to people on these panels and things like that. Like it's a side of me that, yes, it is exhausting. And it's something that I tapped into when I was actually working retail. I was often put up at the front of the store as a greeter because people just, my bosses at the time were like, oh, you're so great with customers immediately. Yes, I've scared many an old lady coming into a store just because of my energy. But I am a bubbly person naturally. So like retail me is just even more bubbly and a little bit more outgoing. And I love talking to people in these instances and picking the brains of creatives and learning more about like their processes and stuff like that. So that is why I love it so much. That is why I love being part of these events. And that is why I'm so honored that they had me host 3 of them, which is just incredible. And I am open to doing so many different events like that. So if you hear of any random events on the internet that you're like, oh my God, I think Jen would be a good fit, like send it over to me. I'm on socials at all times. Tell me about it. I love it so much. Anyways, I'm so glad I'm home though. Today, my uncle left really, really early this morning. I didn't even see him off because it was at like 6:45 this morning because he had to go off and do things because he's visiting other people. So this morning was very chill, very calm. This one is so funny in the mornings when she's not at home, because at home she's used to me like sleeping in on the weekends and stuff like that. But at the lake, because mom and dad are up early, she's very out of sorts. She just doesn't know what to do. And so she meows a lot, and she woke me up at like 7 by jumping onto my windowsill and then meowing right in my face. I kicked her out of the room and she sang the song of her people for a little bit, and then my mom like convinced her to come down to the living room or something. Like she's so attached to me, this little one here, that whenever I'm not there or present, she's like, what the fuck? But she is doing very well with the cabin and my parents. She was a little freaked out because my uncle was there, and also he snores. And so having that sound, I don't think she slept through the 2 nights. I think she just wandered the whole time, which like is fine. Cats are nocturnal, but this is why she's just conked out, because she's exhausted from, you know, being hyper vigilant and aware all weekend and in an environment that she's not used to, with new things and new sounds, new smells, new people. So she's conked out. But I think it was a good weekend and she did very well. I'm very proud of her. She's very brave. Timid, but brave. So that's awesome. But yeah, I did barely any reading this weekend, my guys. I think I read a little bit more of the Jasad Heir. I ended up bringing the Jasad Crown literally just to be a book stand for me, or a laptop stand for me while I was doing the panels. And I stacked it on top of the Jasada on my computer so that it was up higher, so that like the computer angle was better. But yeah, I'm at like 40% of the Jasada. I just didn't read this weekend at all because I was either helping mom make lasagna on Saturday, doing the panels, and then reading a tiny little bit. I don't even think I read on Saturday, but it was Sunday when I pulled out my book. I read for like maybe an hour during the day. And then I had my panels, and like my uncle was there talking and mom was chatting, and it was like we were doing all this kind of stuff. And then the panels happened, and then dinner happened, and then the other panel happened, and then that night I read for like another hour and a half. And so I'm not that far in. I wanted to get this done this weekend, also to start a dent on the Dressage crown, as I'm so excited about this. But I can tell you, I am definitely loving this book. I'm loving this reread. There's something about Sarah Hashem's writing that just works so well with me. Maybe it's also the audiobook narrator. Like, I really love her style. I love the way that she talks, and she is a perfect voice for this character. She embodies Sylvia so well, and I just love it. And this is very, very good. And this is what I don't even know how to talk about this book. It's just so fantastic. It's so fantastic. Did I tell you what it was about previously? I don't know. It's an Egyptian-inspired epic fantasy. It's very political. So 10 years ago, the kingdom of Jasad burned. Its magic was outlawed. Its royal family murdered. At least that's what Sylvia wants people to believe. The heir of Jasad escaped the massacre, and she intends to stay hidden, especially from the armies of Nijal that continue to hunt her people. But a moment of anger changes everything. When Aren, the Nijal heir, tracks a group of Jasadi rebels to her village, Sylvia accidentally reveals her magic and captures his attention. Now, Sylvia is forced to make a deal with her greatest enemy, help him hunt the rebels in exchange for her life. So she agrees to being his champion in this game that's coming up. And so he basically like half kidnaps her, half takes her with her permission, but she's not allowed to leave. She's Jasadi. And all these men around this heir of Nijal, Aren, hate Jasadi so much, and they just like prey on her, and it's caustic and interesting, and she's battling these like demons of her past, and it's very good. I am very much enjoying this reread so much, and I really love all the characters that are in here. We're bringing in some folks that were part of Sylvia's second life kind of thing, like the life that she made in this specific village, that she keeps telling herself that she should have left long ago. She should have stayed on the move, but she made a life here, and she like found friends and like not fell in love with, but like she has a deep love for some of the kids that she was helping in some instances. She's like, she made a life there, and the characters that she made it like she is friends with are just so fun and interesting and complex as well. I love Sarah Hashem's writing and character work and world building and interesting. I don't remember very much about this. All I remember is that I got to a part sort of around the 60-70% mark where I was just like, this is enemies to lovers done right. And I'm so excited to keep going with this and get all of the lush world building back in my brain to remember all the politics and stuff like that, and then get into the Jasad crown and finish out this duology. Truly is going to be so great. So I'm going to keep chipping away at that. It is a pretty chunky lady, so I don't mind taking my time, but you guys know I like to burn through books really quickly, which is probably not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. Anyways, but yeah, it is officially Monday. It's almost 10 p.m. now. I have a decaf iced coffee because the iced coffee I made earlier this morning was cut of trash. So I drank half of it on the way home. Did I start talking about this earlier and just never got around to it? Oh my God. Dad came home with me. He ended up driving my car home to the house because he had to come to work this week. And Mom was like, I'm gonna stay up at the cottage. So he left his car there for her. Mom's staying up at the cottage for a few days, and Dad's at home working. So I came home with Dad in the car, and Freya was so good in the car with my dad. She even crawled onto his lap at one point. And he was driving, and he's like, I'm so surprised. Like, she's not that comfortable with other people. I was so shocked that she crawled into his lap. Because out of the people that she's most comfortable with, other than me, is my mom. So the fact that it was my dad, I was very proud of her. She was being very sweet. We love that. And then she just started chatting the whole way home because it was just like, after about 30 minutes in the car, she was like, I'm done. I want to be out of this car. Can we please leave? And she was like, meh, meh. Anytime I breathed or talked or laughed, she meowed at me. She wanted to be part of the conversation, or she was telling me off. I'm not sure which, but she's now home and happy, and I am home and happy as well. It was such a fulfilling weekend. I'm so happy about that. But yes, here, long winding wrap up to say it is the end of this vlog, my friends. I am so glad that it was such a good, solid weekend. A pretty good Thanksgiving. The food was amazing. Lasagna, amazing. We love homemade lasagna. We usually do it now for Christmas Eve. That's usually what we do on Christmas Eve. This year my parents were like, why don't we do lasagna also on Thanksgiving? Because we don't like turkey that much. Turkey's just dry and it never turns out the way you want it to, you know? So we forewent turkey this year. Of course, we had ham and pierogies and my mom's Lazy Man cabbage rolls, which is just what you would, like the ingredients to make cabbage rolls, but made in a slow cooker, all mixed together. Divine. It is so good. And leftovers are gonna be great. And the pierogies were fucking amazing. I loved them. They were so tasty. And the ham was perfect. So it was a good Thanksgiving dinner. Great food. Amazing. Pumpkin pie, banger. I have some in my fridge for tomorrow. I have a bowl of ice cream that is half melted now because I've been talking for so long, but that's okay. I don't mind. Half melted ice cream is still ice cream. But yes, my friends, I'm gonna wrap this vlog here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope you had a good time. Make sure to go check out HearthCon's videos. Go watch all the panels if you can. If you can't, watch mine. They're only like an hour a piece. Some of the workshops are a little longer. Go check out the author's works that are included in all of those. And go read my books. I don't say that enough. If you haven't already. But yes, my friends, I will catch you in another video very, very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.
Thank you.